Julie, great lesson in all of this. Seller beware, and you have 3 tips for people.
Absolutely. First things first, you have to know what you have. Take your gold to a reputable jeweler and ask them about the carat count and the weight.
2 years ago, California adopted a seismic retrofit code known as Plan Set A, a detailed set of instructions on how to properly retrofit a home. The problem? Contractors aren't actually required to follow them. And they only apply to one specific type of home, a small wood frame structure with a crawl space, without a tile roof, and there are a series of other specific requirements. So, because there's still no code for retrofitting most single-family homes, many contractors are just using their best guess. Why is it gas prices seem to shoot up overnight, but take forever to come back down? Well, according to economists, it could be your fault. When gas prices are on their way up, consumers are more willing to drive the extra mile to save an extra buck. $4.85. So you may drive by, say, $4.85 in hopes of finding something cheaper a few blocks away. By comparison, $4.75 may seem like a steal. It's something station owners are well aware of. Instead of comparing stations to each other, when prices start to drop, consumers begin to compare them to what they were last week. And when that station that was charging $4.85 comes down to $4.75, well, all of a sudden, comparison shopping just doesn't seem that important. We took the gold to 3 separate jewelers to confirm its value. Then we brought it to a show in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, this is all fine.
We knew 13 out of the 15 pieces were 18-karat gold. But after carefully examining each item, this roadshow manager told us,
I got some 10 and 14 karat gold in the mix. Believe it or not, half of what you have on the table here is copper.
Maybe he missed the 18-karat stamp and that acid test was wrong. An isolated experience? We decided to find out. So we sent our gold to CBS stations across the country, asking teams in Sacramento, Boston, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Dallas to go undercover. In 2 cities, they got the carats right, but
all these are 14 karat?
At 2 other shows, including this one in Dallas, CBS producers were told 18-karat pieces were only 14 carats. And 3 out of the 5 initial offers we received were less than a quarter of the gold's actual value.
It's gold, honey.
After months of undercover investigations, we traveled here to Springfield, Illinois, and the THR corporate headquarters.
We're not in the business of, lying to people.
Matthew Enright is the spokesman for THR and Associates. Turns out the company operates 120 traveling shows a week under at least 8 different names. First, he examined our gold.
750. So that's 18 karat gold.
Then we showed him our video.
So which ones are 10?
I believe, which one was it? I believe that one was 10.
Mm-hmm.
That one is this one, our 18-karat bracelet.
There's a bit of a trend here. Either he doesn't even have a cursory knowledge of gold or he's lying to customers.
Sure. It's, obviously a concern for me, seeing that.
On 5 different occasions across the country, this isn't an isolated incident.
Well, it's a very small percentage compared to 140 managers that we have.
He says employees are not trained to purposely deceive customers, but we obtained this buying guide which shows employees are trained to make a first offer of $1.50 per pennyweight. The going rate is more than 30 times that.
Isn't that excessive?
It's absolutely legal.
So my question is, do you feel guilty?
Do I feel guilty? I'm not the one out there buying and doing those types of things.
I didn't get my Just For You savings on this. It's right here. I can show you. It should be more than 7 cents.
Sometimes it's a misplaced price.
So that's the wrong sign?
Yeah. Other times, a computer error. But far too many times, customers complain they're getting overcharged at Safeway, anywhere from 10 cents to 10 bucks.
I only have 4 receipts, but it's been more than that.
Just recently I started keeping track because it was happening so often.
I lost count.
And they're not alone. Back in 2003, Safeway and its Southern California Vaughn stores paid fines following 2 separate lawsuits for overcharging. And the company was again sued by the state in 2008. The judgment in that lawsuit? If either store charges you more than the lowest advertised price, in most cases, you're supposed to get the item for free.
In all the years I've called them on this, I have never gotten the item for free.
They just kind of unhappily give me the difference.
Well, according to the Department of Weights and Measures, that would be a direct violation of a court order.
Except for a few items like alcohol, dairy products, tobacco. If the item is priced less than $5, you have the right to have that item given to you for free.
And Miguel Monroy says if you're overcharged on an item over $5, Safeway is supposed to give you a $5 gift card. That was the punishment issued after a multi-county investigation found the same thing back then we're still finding today.
This is supposed to be 30% off.
Widespread overcharges.
The same thing just happened.
We went undercover shopping at 5 Safeway stores in 3 counties. And not only were we overcharged 5 times, not a single store offered to give us the item for free. And 2 flat out refused.
But shouldn't I get it for free because I was overcharged?
No.
I never seen that.
Would it be a violation of this injunction if a Safeway employee refused to refund you?
I believe it is, yes.
While the agency wouldn't directly comment on our findings, Monroy points out the judgment also requires Safeway post signs in, quote, a conspicuous location at all checkout lanes explaining the refund policy.
Do you have it posted somewhere?
Not that I know. I don't think it is posted now.
We did find signs posted at some of the stores we visited, but they weren't exactly conspicuous. Posted behind the customer service counter with tiny print, or at hip level at the end of the checkout lane. And one store had no signs at all.
Most people we spoke with have no idea these signs exist. Isn't that some sort of indicator that these signs aren't in a conspicuous location?
Yes, that would be concerning.
Safeway declined to sit down with us here at its corporate headquarters, but in a statement says it has, quote, made it clear to employees that the policy applies to all pricing, including its new personalized Just For You coupons. But apparently the policy is not so clear to the company's business and ethics department, which stated the exact opposite in this email just last month when it refused to refund one of our viewers for the same reason store employees refused to refund us.
Just For You is different.
Safeway wouldn't comment on the fact that we were never offered our overcharged items for free, as required by the court order, but did, quote, respectfully disagree with our assertion that the required signs were not conspicuously posted, even though many of their own employees couldn't seem to find them.
Is that posted somewhere?
I never seen that, but you can ask them about it. I don't know.
Now, Safeway apologized for our overcharges and says it corrected the error, but can't comment on the viewer complaints without more information. It says customers with overcharge issues should call customer service at a number that we posted at our website, cbssf.com/consumerwatch. But I should point out, when we called just before the show, the rep said he'd never heard of the judgment and said refunds are at the manager's discretion. And finally, be willing to walk away. There are so many competitors out there right now, it's easy to find multiple offers.
Julie Watts, great work. Thank you.